and welcome back to my channel. I apologize for the lighting. It's like 7:40 right now when I'm filming this, so we have a little bit of a mood lighting from my desk and it being dark out and my desk lamp being on, but I also actually am on my stream setup. So actually, nope, that doesn't really help, but my webcam does have a light on it. I'm still figuring out the whole top-down stream thing. You guys are obviously wiggling a little bit now, and hopefully that'll stop. But I thought that a little bit of an art haul video would be kind of a fun thing to do. So over the last, I want to say like couple months, I've purchased all of these things. Definitely like since the summer has started. I actually haven't purchased that many new art supply things, but I bought these things, and hopefully it's not too blurry. I think it might be a little blurry, but I can't really adjust the focus on here very easily, so hopefully it's not too bad. But I thought that I would just make a quick chill little video just showing you guys the stuff that I bought. And if you've seen like my apartment and everything on Instagram, if you've gone to my website and seen my favorite art supplies page, you know that I have a lot of stuff. So honestly, purchasing the amount of stuff that I have purchased over the summer, I'm very proud that it's actually not that much stuff. But anyway, let's hop into it. This guy, which looks like it's still trying to focus. We're just gonna keep going. I'm testing out this setup, so I apologize if this video is blurry or it looks a little funky. I can tell already that the colors are a little bit warm due to the LUT that I have on OBS, but that's all streaming mumbo jumbo. But this is the Himi gouache set. I purchased this a little while ago now, so I honestly have no idea what it's going to look like under here. I'm very, very curious because I actually haven't used it in probably a month or so. So I'm curious. But it comes with this white palette on top, and it doesn't like click into the lid or anything, but you could use the lid as like another surface, I suppose. But it comes with this white palette that, as you can see, I have very lovingly used, and then I put this little piece of mixed media paper here just to keep the back of the palette from getting too much paint on it, just so I can set it down on my counter with little to no fear. These actually, I'm sure you can see some of the shine on them. For the most part, these actually look pretty good. There's this purple's a little bit more dry, this blue's a little bit more dry, but none of them are like completely matte. I'm sure that I could re-wet these pretty easily. I actually, not a purchase that I was planning on putting in this video, but I have this little spray bottle that I use for my plants, and I've actually started using it for my paints too, so you can just super easily go in and and spray the whole palette with water, so it all gets nice and wet and ready to go. So this set actually came with a couple of brushes, if I can find them. There's definitely one. But it came with I want to say a filbert brush as well. But I've been really liking these brushes. They're synthetic from what I know, and they work really well with gouache, but I've obviously been using them with other things. They just went right into my brush bin. So yeah, I really love this set. It's a 24 set. 24 pan set. I want to say it was in the $30 range, but I have everything linked below. The links that go to Amazon are affiliate links, meaning that I make a teeny tiny commission and it's no additional cost to you. The products aren't any more expensive through those links, but you can always go and search up these things on Amazon yourself if that makes you uncomfortable in any way. But yeah, this is the 24 set, and I really love it. I love the variety of colors. I've been doing mixing studies with some of my other paints that unfortunately got ruined because my window in my apartment leaks. If you follow me on Instagram, you know all about that. But yeah, I've been doing some like mixing studies, so I definitely want to do mixing studies with these, considering how wide the variety of colors are in here. So overall, I love it, and I'm excited for more playing with this. And actually, as I'm putting this paper back on, this paper feels a little bit damp. So I would say it definitely holds definitely holds the moisture in to some extent at the very least. So yeah, that's the Himi gouache set. I do have a little bit of trouble getting the lid back on flat, but I think I got it. Yeah, here we go. And I've been too scared to travel with this because I'm too scared to leave it like tilted for too long just because of how wet those cups are. But yeah, I don't think people really travel with these very often. It's definitely like a bigger palette. I would say that it's definitely like a home studio type of palette. And then the last thing is they actually sell refills for these. I've seen them on Amazon to some extent, but definitely on AliExpress I've seen more of them. And they're these like squishy tube packs of refill gouache. So you can actually reuse and refill these palettes. But yeah, in general, I really like it. So next up in the order of purchases is actually these. So this is an appetizer plate from Crate & Barrel. I think a lot of artists would generally go to something like a Goodwill or a similar type of thrift store like Salvation Army, and they would find dishes, porcelain, ceramic dishes, to use as palettes, just open palettes, and I found these on Crate & Barrel. They were like $2 a piece, and they were also free shipping, which is a really great deal. So I got 3 of them to try out to use as palettes. I haven't used them quite yet. They're actually less flat than I thought they would be. You can kind of see how much of a curve there really is on these little plates, but there's still plenty of space to work with. And I think for $2, having all of that additional space is really, really worth it. I think it's great. I love Crate & Barrel. I got a bunch of like random cups from there because they were having some sort of sale, and again with like the free shipping, everything's really packed in those boxes really well. But if you have a Goodwill, Salvation Army type of place near you, I would definitely check those out for like porcelain or ceramic plates. And on my Facebook marketplace and in my BuyNothing groups, I've seen ceramic plates. I just haven't won them. So I kind of just bit the bullet and decided to buy some ceramic plates from Crate & Barrel instead, and I will have the link to them down below as well. And then my last and arguably biggest purchase are these babies. My Echoline liquid watercolors. So these are very popular within the art community. So these are liquid watercolors and not colored inks. I know there are like Higgins inks. I know that there are other liquid watercolors, but these are liquid watercolors, meaning that they do lift off of the paper. And again, I was doing some testing and the rain decided to ruin my testing, but I do believe they're a little hard to lift. That they are dye-based and they're light fast. And let's see what else it says on here, and I'll show you guys all of the colors. Available in 60 brilliant colors. Recommended for use with brushes. And I think dip pens you can use with these, but I think that there are I don't think you can refill like a fountain pen with these because they'll dry on the inside of the barrel. Like it's not designed the same way that inks are. But this is the 10 color mixing set, and I did check, and my local Blick store sells them individually and has like all of the colors and even some like bigger sizes, but I wanted the ones with the dropper for a reason that you'll see in a second. But it came with cyan. Where did I see that? It came with sky blue cyan, which is this one. This one's, sorry, it's a little hard to read. Sepia. Is that 10? No. I'm missing one. It came with light orange, I believe this is lemon yellow. Yes, lemon yellow. Dioxazine, or no, ultramarine violet, not dioxazine. Although I did think it was dioxazine, but I guess I'm incorrect. This one's black. This is green, magenta, vermilion, and this is gray. So it comes with a really wide variety of colors. I did do a mixing chart. It did get ruined. I did get rid of it. I'm very upset about that mixing chart being ruined, but I'm going to do another one inside of my big watercolor folio. That like big what's that brand called? Moleskine. That big Moleskine folio that I have that has watercolor paper. I'm going to do another mixing chart in there so that they're safe from everything inside of a sketchbook. But overall, I really loved playing around with these. They do come in pastel colors, so a lot of people, from what I was reading, don't water them down, but I was playing around with like the amount of depth that you can get. I was playing around with layering them, and overall I really do love them a lot, and I definitely want to buy more of them. But one thing that I really loved that I got for them, like the day that I ordered them, I saw on my Facebook Marketplace, my neighbor was giving away, not my Facebook Marketplace, my BuyNothing group, my local BuyNothing group, my neighbor was giving away these little, if you can hear that, these little plastic things, containers, and they're like hourglassy kind of shaped, if you can kind of see. It's a little hard to see because of this funky lighting. And they just say, what do they even say? Imipindustry in the bottom. And I think they were made for food. She said they were like something that someone used for like serving at a party. But what I've done basically is with this 10 set, I think she gave me like 13 or 14 of them. So with this 10 set, it's again a little hard to see, but I ended up just writing the color number on here. So that way I can take 337, for example, which is magenta, and I can unscrew this top and just really easily drip some color in there, just because I don't have I only have 2 palettes that have little wells in them, and I use them for watercolor and gouache a lot, hence why I wanted to buy these plates. And actually I can show you guys and kind of test for myself real quick how these work on a plate. And I even have a little bit of scrap paper. So we can do just a quick little test. Let's see. So this is the magenta. So it doesn't move around too bad. I would say that's adequate. And this is the cyan. Yeah, so I think I could use these plates pretty well. Obviously, if I worked my way up onto the sides, I would run into some more things. I'm just going to use this cheap little water brush that I have just because I don't feel like getting out my little water things. But let's see how this works. They spread up the walls pretty nicely on these little plates. And I'm not gonna like worry about cleaning off my brush or anything. I'm not doing anything with these. But yeah, I would say these plates are pretty nice for this. I do wish that they were a little bit flatter, but I really like the size just because I feel like a lot of the projects that I do don't require a ton of space, but they also like, I don't know. They don't require like all the space in the world, but having individual palettes is a little bit easier to switch out and everything. But these inks are so fun to work with. This is just a little scrap of Arches watercolor paper, but normally I'm swatching and playing on like Strathmore watercolor paper or in that sketchbook that I mentioned. I can show you. And I know the color's really off. It's actually a really pretty vibrant blue, and I wish you guys could see that better. You can get it to fade out really nicely into like a nice little pastel color. So the colors in general in this set really mix well together, which I really like. But yeah, overall, I'm definitely digging all of these purchases, especially the newest one that I'm just now trying out. So I know that this video has been a little bit sloppy. I know that I'm a little bit all over the place with videos. I'm getting back into using my DSLR for things instead of being lazy and using like my headset and my phone. So just excuse the quality of these videos. I'm kind of planning things ahead because I'm going to be out of town for a week. So I'm just trying to cover all of the bases that I need to cover for this week. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this little look into these art supplies anyway. They're all linked below in the description, and I will see you guys next time in the next video. Bye!